It is now 7:30, so this meeting will now come to order. Would anyone like to utilize open forum at this time? Luke?
Hey everybody, Trout and Forestry Wildlife Environment. Tonight, I'm actually going to yield my time to Maddie from Plant-Based Plainsman. I had the opportunity to meet them on the concourse probably back in the fall, and they've got some really interesting and exciting ideas for dining that they want us to think about.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maddie Bingham. I'm a grad student with the Marriage and Family Therapy program here at Auburn, and I'm also a member of Plant-Based Plainsman. So we've been working with the campus dietitian for about the last year and trying to improve plant-based options on campus and also increase them. And we've ran into some obstacles, including the question, is there even demand for plant-based options or options without animal products? So we decided to actually start a petition on O-Days on the concourse, and after just 2 days, we got over 150 signatures on our petition. And so we saw strong demand, and this is actually where I met Luke, and we talked about SGA possibly being able to help us. And then so after seeing such strong interest, we decided to spend our time doing one-on-one conversations with a whole array of students, so vegan, vegetarian, omnivore students, pescatarian students. So what we found was over 90% of students in this survey that I sent out were really unhappy with the current plant-based dining options. So why does this even matter? So when we were doing our one-on-one conversations with students, we asked, like, why do you want to even eat more plants? Why do you want to eat plant-based? One of the biggest reasons was health. Plant-based diets are linked to lower rates of heart disease, certain cancers, and diabetes. And I'm a therapist in training, so I really care about mental health, and they're actually linked also to better mental health. And then environment sustainability. Eating more plants actually can lower your environmental footprint. A lot of students we talked to had allergies like dairy and egg allergies, and so they felt unsafe eating at the dining halls. And then religion, we talked to a lot of Catholic students that said that they don't eat meat on Fridays, and they have trouble finding options on Fridays on campus. And then the price of eggs, pretty insane. People cited that they want to eat more plant-based due to that, and bird flu. And then animal welfare concerns was another big one, like in factory farms, which is 99% of the meat that we eat in the US. Okay, so the main categories of problems we found were meal plans are required for all students, and then especially freshmen, I think they have to have at least 5 meal swipes per week. So all the freshmen we talked to were really frustrated and said that they struggled to use their dining dollars and their meal swipes because there were so few plant-based options. And then students said that there's no plant-based burger like veggie burger offered or marketed anywhere on campus. There's lack of consistency in options, and students often have to scrape together like squash and eggplant together, like a side some days. And then safety hazards on this, you can see that the buttermilk pancakes were labeled vegan. They said they were dairy-free, and they actually ended up having dairy in them, which is a big safety hazard. So, some really high-impact changes that we want to see. A really simple one is to stop adding bacon to all the green beans and beans. These green beans, a fellow student Cole took a picture of these a couple months ago. They said they were vegan on the thing, and we confirmed, but then they ended up having bacon in them. And then promoting a veggie burger or Beyond Burger wherever the traditional burgers are offered. We know that Aramark actually, the Auburn supplier, does this at Valdosta State, Arizona State, and other campuses, so we think that could be an easy switch. And then converting the corner vegetarian entree to the corner vegan entree at the Village and keeping it open on Fridays is another big one. That one we also know that Valdosta State also has Aramark as their supplier, and they have a section that caters well to vegan and vegetarians. And then providing a consistent one of the 2 like daily soup options, and just adding vegetable broth could be a good option as well. And then a lot of students complain about the oat milk machine. It's been broken since last semester, and there doesn't really seem to be a priority of fixing it. And students really loved that. And then excluding all animal protein from the edges, plant-based protein, which I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. And then adding more breakfast options at the edge was another thing. Partnering with a vegan-friendly food truck. So a lot of students said that Good Karma used to be a really great option for students on campus, but since they're gone, there aren't really any vegan-friendly food trucks. And we did talk to a few local ones that are interested. And then just confirm with with Auburn that they're actually in line with Aramark's efforts to be more sustainable, which could be a great option for increasing plant-based options. And then lastly, these are the options that students already love and they just want more of, and they want them more stocked. So the garden chicken, one of the best plant-based chickens, students said it always runs out, and like talking to staff, they also said it runs out a lot, so stocking that. There are a bunch of options at the edge that you could stock more reliably that they already have, and then adding, the Southwest soup is one of the plant-based soups at the village, and just adding that more regularly. And then baked or fried tofu, students really complained about the plain and soggy tofu, which makes sense, who wants to eat that. And then refrigerated vegan meals, just being stocked more regularly at the War Eagle Supply Co. And then being able to, Hayday Market has some options, but again, they're expensive, so focusing on the dining halls is helpful. And then, thank you. So as you can see, this image right here, this tofu is has a ton of water in it and wants to eat that. This was 2 Mondays ago at the edge, and it's only seasoned with salt and pepper. But this was taken by Cole a few days ago, and it's super crispy, delicious, well-seasoned tofu, mushroom gravy, chickpea curry. So we know that these options exist, but they do need to be more reliable. So in conclusion, I think that with SGA's help in amplifying our voice and improving options on campus, we can make campus more inclusive, healthy, and accessible for all students. And this is our contact info because we would love for this to be an ongoing conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time?
Okay. Hey, I'm KA. I got to sit in these seats a few years ago. I served as our Director of Sustainability as a sophomore, and then I got to move over, and now I'm working directly with our Auburn Office of Sustainability, and I'm currently an intern and working on 2 projects, not problems, that I wanted to share with you. And the first is a professional clothing drive, which I thought was very applicable as you are all in professional clothing right now. I get to work with the Auburn Campus Career Closet, and I don't know if any of y'all have had the chance to visit it, but it is very empty right now. And it's not empty because there's a lack of donations, it's empty because there's a lack of quality donations. Right now the main donors to the Campus Career Closet are widows whose maybe husbands went to Auburn University. He passes and they're like, well, he really loved Auburn, I want to give back, but she's donating his board shorts, golf shirts. And then the suits that are being donated to the Career Closet are either too big, out of date, or they just really don't work for students. And there's also a lack of women's clothing. And so I just wanted to invite you all, as students who might have an extra dress, an extra suit, maybe something that doesn't fit anymore, the freshman 15 is real, to donate what you have left in the back of your closet, or also an invitation when y'all go home for Easter if you are. Maybe your parents have something that doesn't fit them anymore and that you could bring. And make sure to bring, if possible, something that you would wear, because this is a really cool resource that Auburn has for students that aren't able to buy their own professional clothing. And we really want to make sure that what's in the closet is something that you would put on and you would feel comfortable going into an interview in. And then also for students that didn't know the Career Closet existed or might need to utilize it, it does exist. I think it's 4 free pieces every semester, and it's a really cool way that Auburn serves students. So yeah. If you guys want to take a picture of that. So our office is in the Langdon Annex, and we're going to have, I know y'all always get ticketed on the drive to Foy, but we're talking to the guy that usually takes, or I guess it's a woman normally, that takes pictures of your license plate, so you can drive through there, just drop your stuff off, or if you live on campus, right behind Sanford Hall, we'll have signs. But yeah, that's going to be this Sunday after Easter, so if y'all are coming back, and I will be out there fully from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I will see you all then, hopefully. And then also, ooh, it's a little blurry. Yeah, y'all get the gist. It's a mending night. So this is another part of my project in collaboration with the Career Closet, because we noticed a lot of the pants that were coming into the Career Closet are unhemmed. And also being a fashion student, I noticed most of my neighbors, most of my friends don't know how to sew or mend their own clothes. A lot of times something breaks and It's easier to buy anything off Amazon than just fix it ourselves. So this is an opportunity to come learn how to patch up that hole or sew a new button onto the shirt that you've wanted to throw away or has been sitting in a pile to do something with. We'll have Auburn design and merchandising students there to teach you how to sew. There'll be different tables set up, like one for patching your jeans that have a hole in them, one for, the button, or also we're gonna have options to upcycle. I know that's been really popular, like getting a blank t-shirt and doing some kind of applique work. We'll have students there that can show you how to do that, and it's gonna be super fun and a good community building event that'll also benefit the Auburn Career Closet. So y'all are invited to that too. Oh, and that's this Thursday from 6 to 8, and it's in the library, so you can park in the library. It's gonna be super convenient. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time? Hey everyone, my name is Bailey Tinsley and I'm coming over from Cabinet to talk to y'all at Senate. I'm the new AVP of Feedback and Assessment for SGA, and I just wanted to express some resources and some options that my team has available for you guys. So I know y'all have heard a lot tonight, but we're going to try to keep it brief and give y'all some helpful info.
Okay, yes, I am Ella Grace Timmons. I am Director of Auburn Answers. Auburn Answers is basically the easiest, fastest way to get in touch with, for the students to get in touch with SGA and get feedback. And so it's also, you can use it too to send things from and get things to AVPs. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm the Director of Research and Assessment. This next slide,
That's me.
That's
we can
me.
move on to the next one.
So these are just the types of research that we can do. We do surveys, benchmarking reports, and Auburn's Answers polls. Surveys, you fill out a form, Bailey will kind of go over that in a second, and you just kind of can specify the demographics of the people that you would want to survey if there's a specific project. I know that y'all were mentioning that. Benchmarking reports would be just us going to peer institutions. Bailey said we work with Arkansas a lot. We have similar formatting. We use SGA similarly to them. And Auburn's Answers polls is more of Ella Grace's domain, but those are just the 3 ways that we can take your ideas and research needs and get them to the general Auburn public and get you back with the answers you need.
Okay, yeah, so I just want to explain a little bit of how you can request research. Those are the 3 types that you can ask for, and then there's a form on AU Involved under SGA where you can go through, and I'm just going to quickly run through that form so that I know y'all are working with so many students in so many different places, so I want y'all to be able to specifically serve those people best. So the next few slides are just the so you just go put your basic information in, and for the what feedback or research platform are you hoping to utilize, you can put in as many as you want. We're happy to make you a survey and a benchmarking report for the same thing. We're happy to help you out if you don't know which one you need. You can always shoot me or Lauren or our other director Jordan an email and be like, hey, I don't really know which one would benefit me the most, but we can help you out with that. And then here are some example things you're gonna have to do. So if you're asking for a survey, make an example survey on Google Docs or Qualtrics just so we know kind of the format that you want. For benchmarking, get the questions that you would like to ask to other institutions, and then that'll just help us to quickly communicate with y'all and not have to go back and forth in 18 emails because nobody wants to be CC'd on that. So just be as specific as possible. And then, this is the same thing. So if you're proposing a goal of research, make sure you're asking all possible questions. And if we're missing something, we'll obviously send it to you for approval before we send it to students. But just make sure you're adding as much as you can. And then, that's the same thing. Okay, so Ella Grace, real quick.
Yeah, basically all I said earlier, and then if you have anything you want to add to the website, you can email me.
Thanks!
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time? We will now move into our reports from our officers, beginning with the president.
Hey everyone, hope y'all are doing good and had a good weekend. Fire report, my phone number and email again. If any of y'all need to reach out to me, please feel free to. North End Zone meetings. So these are some meetings for the North End Zone project. The architect and their team was on campus this past week. Was talking to students about what students wanted to see in this project. I don't know, they've probably talked to some of y'all, or you might have seen them around and talked to, but these were really cool meetings. We got to voice student opinions on what we wanted to see in the spaces. They're looking to make it kind of like a multi-use space where students will be there like as the day ends, like and stay on campus longer. That's kind of their goal in making these, or the North End Zone project, which is really cool. If you all have any thoughts on what you want to see in that, please feel free to reach out to me and them about it, so we can relay that to other people. President's Council, don't really have much to report from that. If there's anything that you guys want me to bring to that meeting, would love to bring that. So y'all let me know if there's any updates in your college or anything that you want me to share. Printing meeting. So Mims and I are going to a meeting next week. That's going, or on Friday actually. UAB and Georgia use this different printing program that apparently is a really successful operation at their schools, and students really like it, and they are pitching it to Auburn. Because currently our IT department doesn't like our printing system, and so do students. So we're going to check this out and see if it's good, and then we'll bring it back to you guys and get y'all's feedback on it to see if it's something that is going to work for Auburn. I had a one-on-one with Dr. Rush last Friday, and this was a good meeting. We kind of just talked about a lot of different things. We talked about housing and like kind of what the next 3 years of housing looks like on campus and what the trajectory of that is. We also talked about dining and the new things that are going on in dining. There's going to be some new options going in under the edge, which will be great. Some kind of vendors that will be quick and be able to change within a semester, which will be awesome and provide some new options for students. That's kind of a future goal. And then there's also some other cool stuff in dining that we'll be able to share with you guys soon. And then student ticketing updates. This was the feedback that I gave. I had a meeting with them. It was the one that I talked to y'all about what feedback y'all could give me to bring to them about changing the student ticketing system. We were able to give them a lot of good feedback about penalty points and appeals. So this year, they're going to be able to actually put all of that feedback that we gave them into this upcoming football season. So that whole system should be a little bit more efficient and less confusing for students and SGA as we kind of approve those different appeals. So that'll be good. Definitely excited for that. But y'all, please feel free to reach out. I'll have more for y'all next week because last week with the Final Four was a little bit confusing. But yeah, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Owen. Now for our treasurer.
Hey y'all, I'm just gonna go over purchase order forms really fast. I did it in cabinet, I feel like it's just helpful to see. Is there the first page maybe? Yep. So when you open it, it's on AU Involve, and so if you scroll down to the bottom of SGA's page, then you'll find this. And the first page is just like general information. The big thing with this is when you are submitting it, try to make it 10 days out from the event that you need it by. That just makes it easier on me and Jamie. So if you need it by the 28th, do it by the 18th. And then your next page will be kind of the items you need. The only thing different about this is we used to do Amazon, no longer doing Amazon, so try to steer away from that. It's going to be Walmart, Staples, or another food vendor. And then when you're doing that food vendor form, the next one, it's going to be, yes. So I need like a direct link, so I know exactly what y'all want, and then amount needed is also in that box. And this is just me being really picky, but if you can put a space between the link and amount needed, so I can click the link, that's really helpful. And then if y'all have any questions or anything, my phone number and email are gonna be on this form so that y'all can see it and contact me with questions. This will go to me on AU Involve, and then I'll either comment back to y'all or I'll text you, email you if I need anything else. Any questions? Okay, awesome.
Thanks, Haley. And then Vera couldn't be here tonight. She's at her harp concert. No, I think her report was just that she had an Auburn Global meeting next week. And so now for our chief of staff.
Hey guys, I hope everyone's having such a good Monday. My phone number and email too. Please text me if you want to hang out or talk about anything. Would love to hang out with y'all. We had our first cabinet tonight, which was like the best night of my whole life. It was so much fun. And then I'm going to skip over my homecoming nominations because we're going to do those last. But SGA headshots are going to be next Monday, so like not this one, but the next week. From 4:30 to 6:15, Eliza is going to send out like a sign-up genius for times to come and take them. Everybody needs to come take a headshot so that we can have it for the website. And then we're gonna, at 6:15, take like the whole cabinet picture, or not whole cabinet, whole SGA and whole Senate picture. So please take your headshot between those times and then also be there at 6:15 for that whole SGA picture. And then going back to those homecoming nominations, it's time for SGA to kind of have our nominations. So we got names from cabinet and then we're also gonna get names from y'all. So if y'all just wanna shout out any senior girls that you think would be great Miss Homecomings. Anyone else? Do you accept? Senior girls, anyone? Oh, we have to have someone. That's fair.
What if there's someone else in another branch of SGA that you want to nominate? You can't.
Okay, no one? How's this on? Okay, well, y'all still get to vote, so we'll send y'all like the list of people to vote for, and then y'all please vote. And then you can text me if you need anything or you want to hang out. I would love to. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Madeline. Now for our EVP of Initiatives.
Hey y'all. Yeah, they hit what they already hit. My number and email if you want to hang out. Also my office is upstairs like all of us. Come pop by, say hey. I also had a one-on-one with Dr. Rush on Friday. Talked about a lot of the same stuff. Zoned it. Student affairs just kind of over housing and dining, among other things. That was kind of the main points of our conversation about the future of that. Talked a lot about the Station of the Edge that went through board approval for the last board meeting. So that space is going to be pretty cool, and we'll keep y'all updated on that as it goes along. EBS meeting tomorrow. Me and Haley have a meeting with a lot of people from the Provost's office, and that's about the UBS platform that Kim presented earlier to you all here. That's about potentially requiring that in the Achieve the Creed graduation course, making sure all of our students are aware of that resource. So we'll keep y'all updated on that. I have a lunch with some people with Google on Wednesday. They're coming to present some different resources that they offer to our universities. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let y'all know. And then Friday, I have a parking meeting in the morning, and we're going to bring some stuff that came out of this group. We've had some ideas about parking. We'll definitely be presenting those and some other ideas as well, because we all know that's a big issue on this campus. And then also the printing meeting that Owen talked about. But that's pretty much it. War Eagle.
Thank you, ma'am. Now for our committee reports, beginning with academic affairs.
Jones Engineering. My committee's been hard at work on all the projects, all the benchmarking, all that good stuff. I scheduled a meeting with Dr. Ali for next week, so we'll be able to talk about all things AI. He encouraged members of SGA to attend Google AI Days tomorrow from 4 to 6, and there's an AI student organization summit on April 22nd from 5:30 to 8, which he also encouraged students to attend. In addition to that, we had some questions added to the SPU survey, which Freshman Forum is working on relating to academic affairs. So, thank y'all.
Thank you, Giles. Now for AEO.
Connor, Kosam. Hey y'all, y'all had a great 8-day weekend. My committee is gonna have a box that you can put in, or that you can put your professional clothes in. It's gonna be in the SGA office, so like if you can't go to the drive that's happening next Monday, you can put your clothes in the box, and my committee and me will go and donate all those clothes on behalf of SGA. And that's it from us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada. Now for budget and finance.
No business, no report.
Thank you, Colin. Now for code of laws. Pool at large. We have a couple of future orders tonight. We have the cabinet directors, assistant directors, and we also have some confirmations, and then a big bill on the voting times. And we're also having dinner tomorrow, so that's all. Thank you, Lily. Now for student affairs.
Scott, CLA. I filled in for Camilla this week, so not a whole ton going on in student affairs. Kate and Tony met with the North and Zen Project people, and we kind of sat on that meeting. And then other than that, we're just kind of talking to AVPs and getting meetings set up with cabinet so we can start brainstorming some ideas for the term. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. Now for our executive committee.
Massey at large, hope y'all are doing well. Not much for me, just a reminder to keep filling out your office hour feedback forms. And reminder that this is a great source to drive our projects and really improve them. So bring them to open forum and share with all of Senate. And I'm going to be looking at ways on how we can utilize this or share it with all of you. So if y'all have feedback on that, want me to send out bi-weekly email or updates on Canvas, whatever that may look like, or even just share it in the Senate, let me know. And I can do that so we can start looking at our feedback form. Other than that, I'm going to do roll call. Senator Wisdom? Here. Senator Poole? Here. Senator Bolton? Here. Senator Ospa? Here. Senator Blanco? Here. Senator Bowman? Here. Senator Campos? Here. Senator Congo? Here. Senator Connor? Here. Senator Duro? Here. Senator Eskew? Here. Senator Ford? Here. Senator Hale? Here. Senator Herring? Here. Senator Holliday? Here. Senator Hasso? Here. Senator Jones? Here. Senator Messier? Here. Senator Perdue? Here. Senator Pritchett? Here. Senator Roberts? Here. Senator Robertson? Here. Senator Scott? Here. Senator Smith? Here. Senator Stanley? Here. Senator Sturry? Here. Senator Troutman? Here. Senator Verdman? Here. Senator Ward? Here. Senator Watson? Here. Senator Weiss? Here. Senator Wolf? Here. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Madeline. Next in order, our current orders of business, beginning with PSSB 25040701 through 03. First one brought to you by Senators Roberts and Poole.
Roberts, CAUC. The bill before you presents the newly selected cabinet directors and assistant directors for 2025. Through a series of interviews, cabinet exec members chose these applicants to fill these vital cabinet member roles. We are so excited for this upcoming group and congratulate them on this new opportunity. I now move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Second. It is moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? Seeing there is no further debate, we will now move into a vote.
one more. Y'all all refresh and make sure it went through. One more. Everyone, will you refresh it one more time and make sure?
Okay, the yeses have it, and this bill has been adopted. Now moving into PSSB 25040702, brought to you by Senator Watson.
Watson, CLA, I ask for approval of the following. I'm not going to read all the names, but these are just appointments for the vacant positions. So I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any, it is moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? Seeing there is no further debate, we will now move into a vote. The yeses have it, and this bill has been adopted. Now for PSSB 25040703, brought to you by Senator Hill.
Hill business, I ask for the approval of the following: the allocation of $5,000 from the reserve fund to the line item titled Recognition Banquet of the Black Student Union budget. These funds would provide smaller organizations with the opportunity to receive well-deserved awards while also highlighting the achievements of alumni and Black Student Union cabinet members. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It is moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? Seeing there is no further debate, we will now move into a vote. The yeses have it, and this bill has been adopted. Next in order is future orders of business, beginning with PSSB 25041401 through 03. First bill brought to you by Senators Poole and Duro.
Duro Education, I ask for the approval of the following. This is the Organizations Board of Auburn, and they're just over all of Auburn's arts organizations. I ask to move this bill as written.
Are there any questions on this future order? Seeing none, we will now move into PSSB 25041402, brought to you by Senators Poole, Campos, and Sturry.
Sturry Veterinary Medicine, I ask for the approval of the following. We're asking to move voting end times from 5 p.m. to 3 p.m.
I mean, I think that everyone would agree, but obviously tell me if you don't. This has just been kind of thought about for a while. Everyone knows on voting day it's long, we go till 5 p.m. Nobody wants to stay out there till 5 p.m. And that's just a really long day for everyone. Also, if you're gonna vote before 5, then you're probably gonna vote before 3. If you're gonna vote at all, you're gonna vote. Over like 30% of votes come in between 7 and 8. So definitely something that we think would make everyone's day better. This would also move call-outs up to like 8 on Friday, which is great for everyone. So, yeah.
Are there any questions on this future order? Seeing none, we will now move into PSSB 25041403, brought to you by Senators Poole and Campos.
Campus nursing, I ask for approval of the following. This bill is basically a grammatical error that we found when reviewing the code.
Are there any questions on this future order? Seeing none, I totally skipped over the liaisons. I'm so sorry. So now we're going to move into reports from our liaisons, beginning with the Honors Congress. I'm so sorry about that one.
Gun Honors Congress. So this weekend we filled our director spots for next year, so that's exciting. And then earlier this evening we had our last annual meeting of the term. And this week on Wednesday, the Honors College has our Eagles of Excellence Awards banquet, so that'll be fun to celebrate our staff and student leaders. And then our Congress has a Family Feud game night on Thursday, April 17th at 5 p.m. And then on Friday, we have our Sanford session at 2 p.m. on Sanford Lawn with flower pot painting and a sport.
Thank you. Now for BSU.
Hawkins, BSU. Hey everyone, have a kind of great day. Sadly, just to let y'all know, my term is coming to an end, and so currently right now we're in BSU cabinet interviews, and so mine and new appointees will both be coming into April, maybe even like the first meeting back in school in the fall. So like be nice to her, he, whoever it is, and like welcome her like welcome me. So I want to say thank you for that. And then just our last update to you, earlier this evening we had our last general assembly of the year. It was so sad, but we had a little celebration out on the campus green with refreshments and kickball. So have a great rest of your night and a great week. Bye.
Now moving into our announcements. From me, Freshman Forum is holding their SPU event this week until Wednesday. Go support them and take their surveys, especially if you're freshmen. It's targeted towards y'all. There's a lot of y'all in the room. So go out there and take the survey. And then also for office hours, if you come get the signage, it's in my office, but there's a new sign in and sign out sheet. It's just like sitting on my desk as you walk in, you'll see it. Make sure to sign in and out, because we started out with like 12 of those and now there's 2. So a lot of them are making it back to the office. And then I'm going to send everything from Open Forum in my recap email tomorrow, because there was a lot of great stuff today. And then also we're going to have Senate dinner April 23rd at 7 at my house. Nims and Owen are going to grill burgers and hot dogs. That's also the day of Top 20 Miss Homecoming call out. So everyone go support and then head to my house after, because they're at 6. So take like 10 minutes. But yeah, that's all from me. Also, wait, come visit us in our office. It's so fun. We just want to talk to you all. And this meeting is now adjourned.